upcoming tip is very underrated among young producers. And it's about playing with your own voice. We human beings are blessed with beautiful and unique voices. Everybody's voice is different and we should take advantage of it as much as we can. And yes, that happens that people underrate it and not use it at all. And it's so easier to record your own voice than searching for this perfect sample, and we tend to forget about it. If you don't have a mic, buy it. They are so cheap nowadays that for $15 you can get very decent quality microphone. But more detailed topic of this tip is to add a vocoder. Yes, vocoder is ultra inspiring tool which brings your sound to completely new level. And the reason is that your trigger is your voice and the carrier is the synth. And we all know how versatile the synths can be. As vocoder isn't built only for lyrics and vocals as we did with the Google Translate one, we can use anything to trigger our synths with a vocoder. And that's what I made in this post. This one, as I remember, is one of the best performing posts. So let's look up into the project how I exactly made this thing. Let's maybe start from the left. We are here having a vocal sample which sounds like this. And you can clearly hear that this is a vocal sample. And as you probably already know, that a vocal makes people pay attention to the song way more than without it. So that's why this vocal sample will be way more interesting than, for example, a snare sample or a percussion sample with a lot of reverb on it, like this sound has. Will for sure perform better than, for example, this sample. Or any other percussion sample that is not a human sound. So that's one tip, how you can bring people's attention with a human sound. That's how I did it. I just recorded my sound, which will sound pretty bad. Alright, let's forget about it. And transpose it a octave up, right? Already cool. And add a reverb, which preset also you can get in the course. So that's how I started with this sound. Then I took this sample, which sounds like this. Yeah, let's forget about it as well. And here we are having only vocoder, which we'll come to in a second. So we have reverb, some EQing, which doesn't really do anything, and OTT and some EQing more to make it more deep. And then, as we did already with the Google Translate one, I turn on vocoder with carrier as a carrier chords. Here we have them, and this is a super simple synth which sounds like this. Very basic preset of Serum, and we set it to sense only, so we have it only as a signal, and we choose it from the external carrier on the vocoder here, and it sounds like this. And you may ask, how did I came up with this? What I did is I just added an audio channel and armed it with my microphone here. External input, and I would choose it, but I cannot do it since I'm recording now. And then I just applied a vocoder and started playing on my keyboard, on my typing keyboard actually, and start talking to it. And that's how I came up with this thing. And after that, I came up with this thing, which will come in a second. So as you can hear, with this vocal sample, it can make a really nice introduction to some future bass track. It's lacking some effects and ear candies here and there, and maybe some more elements, but it could be a nice score to a future bass intro. And then the most interesting part comes in, since we have really weird samples like this thing. So I just made a sound to my microphone like ch-ch-ch-ch, and copy it a couple of times to make some easy groove here with simple quarter groove and a couple of breaks. Then I actually had the same vocoder applied here. As you can see, this is the same channel, but with autopan here. So let's turn on all the effects, which are the simple EQing as we had earlier, nothing special. OTT and EQing, then some sidechain to the kick and autopan. As you can see, we are having the same vocoder, which is carrier 1, which is here. We can even do it without this autopan since it's pretty too much. Let's see how it sounds without any effects, only vocoder. This is super simple effects, and the vocoder is also in very basic preset, nothing else. And then I have this sound. Let's just turn off the effects. This sound, which is also linked to this first carrier, which we had also on this sound. And we have it linked to this as well. But let's hear how it sounds without anything here. And that is completely unnatural. I didn't hear myself doing this because I had headphones on and I just had vocoder turned on, which sounds like this. I just wanted to have some sound that has nice transient, and that's why I came up with KK, because it has K as a transient and A as some kind of decay here, right? It has really nice transients in it, and that's why KK. And overall, this is everything, because then we have simple OTT to make it more Skrillexy. Then some easy reverb and EQing. Some sidechain and compressor. I don't actually know why this autobahn is here, so let's delete it. And that's actually how it sounds with this drums. And then I have this KKKK layered again with the same exact processing, but with different carrier, which by itself sounds like this. Super simple sound taken to sense only, so we don't have it on the master, and linked to the same KKKK sound. KKKK, right? So we are having it linked to this. And I just took the same exact processing from this chain. After that, I had exactly this. I lacked, of course, the bass, so I've added it here. But it still was too little for me. Track sounded very empty. And I'm telling you how you can tell if something is empty. Take Spectrum and see. See that I'm lacking here a lot of sounds and here a lot of sounds, right? This spectrum here about 1K is all right. So that's when we turn on the layered chords. We take exactly the same MIDI from here to here and play different chords. So they together sound like this. If you want to make cool layers, don't make too many of them. Make sure that one takes everything and is very wide. Next one is taking very high frequencies, like a lot of them here. And then the third has lower frequencies, like here, without any high frequencies here, for example, right? And then everything, if we combine it with the vocoder part, sounds very wide and full, right? Don't forget to add those synth layers when you think that your track is not full enough. Then I have a couple of samples here, like this one. This is a simple reverse sound from here. I just rendered it and reversed it. And here I have a really interesting one. Look at this thing, how it sounds without any processing. This is the matter of corpus. There's a next extra pro tip from me to take a look at corpus when it comes to percussion elements. As you can hear, this corpus in plate mode, for example, it can be any mode here, with good tuning and decay can make our sound way heavier and sounding like a sword hitting the rock. And combined, and also this sound is pretty interesting. Also very simple sample of some ball hit, metal ball hit or something like this, reversed and added pedal in distortion mode with dry wet to about 50% and gain at 10, and combined in the track as you can guess, without any effects here. That track would be way emptier than with those elements. Actually, there are only two elements since this thing doesn't work at all. If you feel like something is empty, try to add this reversed effect, which is made only by setting new audio track to resampling, arming it, maybe turning off the drums, recording the first beat, taking the first one and applying a lot of reverb on it. Without spin for sure. Adding a new audio track, resampling it again, or just freezing the sample. Right, now we have something like this, and we can place it, for example, like this. We can make it louder. Get rid of the old one and this one, maybe a lot louder. And here now we are having a really nice fill in to the next part. Let's turn on drums. Maybe later. As you can hear, this is exactly the same as this one. Use this trick since it takes not more than 20 seconds or 30 seconds to do, and it can really bring your track to the next level in matter of ear candies and elements. All right, so how to use this technique in your unique way? That's what we are going to do right now. So let's just add a new audio channel and let's just copy the effects that we've already made with previous one. We have it linked to carrier chords, which are here. And actually now we can arm our channel and set it to auto. I should be able to, oh yeah. Now when we play, we will have super cool effect. Now let's maybe just copy this MIDI from here. And when we will be talking to the music, when we are talking to the music, we'll be talking to the music. Right? Then we could change the synth and change completely the MIDIs here, for example, to random one from here. That was pretty cool. Let's record it. Let's freeze this track. And now let's just take it to a new one. And that one was with completely random MIDI and completely random sound. But you can see how easy it is to make really nice wobble effects with your voice that after all doesn't sound like your voice at all. So you don't have to worry about having bad voice or being shy because of it. So we took this super simple MIDI, which is here. Which turned into this thing. Of course, now we could take completely different sounds from here. That sounded super weird. Let's maybe try it with just simple. Just simple. It kinda sounds like Daft Punk if we add less reverb to it. So you can clearly see how easy it is to just use your vocal as your vocoder. Also remember that you can not say but also beatbox or do weird sounds, and then you can congratulate yourself because of doing such a great song with such a bad noises. Also don't forget to use your own voice to make special effects like this one here we had. Sounds really nice as a special effect. After that, you can always freeze that channel, add it to a new track, extend it, trim it as you want, consolidate it, and drag it to your own library with your sounds. That's how you get noticed in the music industry, with your own unique samples, sounds, processing, and pretty much everything that can be uniquely done.